Are you a man over the age of 60 who still If so, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that nearly 90% of men between the ages of 60 and 69 still engage in this activity. However, what you may not realize is that there are certain masturbation mistakes that can harm your body as you get older. These mistakes can lead to a variety of health problems, from prostate issues to decreased libido. So if you fall into this category and still like to indulge in some self-pleasure every now and then, it is important that you listen up, because today I am going to share with you 5 silent ways that masturbation is harming your body after 60. And do you and forget. This video is brought to you by, and stay tuned till the end for a special offer. Hi, I'm a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and if you're new here, I make educational content every week on sexual health, bladder health, and much, much more. So if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and share this channel with your friends. So why do so many men over the age of 60 continue to masturbate? Well, for many, it's simply because they've been doing it for years and don't want to stop. Others may feel like it's a necessary outlet to relieve tension or stress, and some just enjoy the physical sensation of masturbation. Whatever the reason, it's important to be aware of the potential risks before continuing. The first way that masturbation can silently harm your body is through prostate issues. The prostate is a walnut-shaped gland that sits just under the bladder, which can cause problems as men age. One study found that frequent ejaculation can increase the risk of developing an enlarged prostate, which can lead to symptoms like difficulty urinating, straining, intermittency, and urinary incontinence. This is likely due to the fact that ejaculation causes the prostate to contract, which can stimulate prostate growth over time. However, it is important to note that this is just one study, and more research is needed to confirm these findings. Regardless, if you're a man over 60 experiencing symptoms of an enlarged prostate, it may be worth cutting back on masturbation to see if it makes a difference. Second is related to the first point, and it's related to erectile dysfunction. As men age, they may begin to experience changes in their ability to get or maintain an erection firm enough for sex. A study of over 1,000 men found that those who masturbated more frequently were more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction than those who masturbated less often. While this doesn't necessarily mean that masturbation is causing the erectile dysfunction, it's possible that both issues are caused by an underlying problem, such as vascular erectile dysfunction, which is usually caused by things like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and smoking. It's also possible that the friction from vigorous masturbation can damage the delicate tissues of the penis, leading to decreased blood flow and making erections even more difficult to achieve. So if you're experiencing issues with getting erections, whether for masturbation or for intercourse, it's important to see a doctor to get checked out. There are lots of things that can help you, from medications to other therapies. Third, another issue that can arise is decreased libido. Libido refers to a person's sex drive, and many men over the age of 60 begin to experience a decline in theirs. This can be due to a variety of factors, including hormonal changes, relationship issues, and psychological problems. Interestingly, some research suggests that frequent ejaculation may actually contribute to a decreased libido. This is because ejaculation releases large amounts of dopamine and other neurotransmitters that can cause pleasure and satisfaction, potentially leading to a temporary decrease in desire. However, it is unclear whether this effect is long-lasting, and more studies are needed to understand the relationship between ejaculation and libido. The fourth silent way that masturbation can harm your body is through increased pain. During masturbation, the body produces large amounts of lactic acid, which can cause the muscles to become fatigued and sore. This is especially true if you engage in vigorous masturbation or use objects that are too large or small for your penis. Over time, this can lead to chronic pain and discomfort in the pelvic region. Additionally, frequent masturbation can cause the tissues of the penis to become less elastic, making it difficult to achieve an erection and leading to pain during intercourse or when you have an erection. This condition is known as diabeticorum and is often seen in men who have diabetes and have had the condition poorly controlled. But it can also occur in men who masturbate excessively, regardless of whether they have diabetes. Lastly, chronic masturbation can lead to inflammation of the prostate, which can cause pain during ejaculation or even in the testicles themselves. This condition is known as chronic prostatitis and is often seen in men who engage in risky sexual behaviors. However, it can also develop in men who masturbate excessively and have underlying issues like an enlarged prostate or erectile dysfunction. The fifth silent way that masturbation can hurt your body is through decreased sensation. Over time, frequent ejaculation can lead to a decrease in sensitivity in the penis, making it difficult to achieve orgasm during masturbation or intercourse. This is likely due to changes in hormone levels or nerve function. And it is important to note that this can also occur in men who are not over the age of 60. In fact, many people experience a natural decrease in sensitivity as they age. However, excessive masturbation may be contributing to this problem. If you're concerned about your level of sensitivity, talk to your doctor. They may be able to recommend treatments or lifestyle changes that can help improve your sexual experiences. Lastly, I want to touch on the impact of masturbation on your mental health. Some people feel guilty or ashamed about masturbating, which can lead to anxiety and distress. In addition, if you're in a relationship and masturbating excessively, it can cause problems with intimacy and trust. Masturbation should be a healthy and enjoyable part of your sex life, and if it's causing you emotional or psychological distress, it's important to seek professional help. Talking to a therapist or counselor can help you work through any negative feelings you may have towards masturbation and develop healthier coping mechanisms for stress or anxiety. So what should you do instead? Now that you know the potential risks, you may be wondering what you should do instead. The good news is that there are plenty of other ways to relieve stress and improve your sexual health without masturbating. Exercise is a great option as it helps to release endorphins and reduce stress levels. In addition, practicing mindfulness or meditation can help you relax and focus on the present moment. Finally, open communication with your partner about your needs and desires can help strengthen your bond and improve your sexual relationship. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. A lot of us have been masturbating for decades and we're still alive, right? Well, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not experiencing some of these side effects. In fact, many of the studies I mentioned earlier found that excessive masturbation was associated with increased rates of these conditions, even in men who did not have any symptoms. So it is important to be aware of the potential risks and take steps to protect your sexual health. Just because you haven't experienced any negative consequences yet, doesn't mean that you end down the road. If you're concerned about your masturbation habits, please make sure you talk to your primary care doctor they can help you weigh the risks and benefits and make the best decision for your individual situation. I hope you guys found this video interesting. If you did, please comment below if you think your friends would find this video interesting as well. And make sure you subscribe and share this video with them. And as always, take care of yourself, because you're worth it.